Hello and welcome to For Heaven's Sake, a Seventh Heaven podcast. We are your co-hosts, Lady J.
And T.
T, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I just thought? I just think it's really funny. Like, I'm looking at my notes and I'm seeing the title of this episode and how it would probably be more fitting for the last episode.
Huh.
No, wait. No, not the last one. The one before. With Lucy being stuck, well, not being stuck, but basically at the market.
At the grocery store?
Yeah, and just, you know.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I liked this because I thought it was like a funny sort of nod to the fact that they're at a store, you know, and like, oh, what would you like today? You know, and like they're taking something very different, like
clearly
away. Yeah, so I guess let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So this is episode 912, titled Paper or Plastic.
Mm-hmm.
And we should say, before we get into the spoilies and stuff, this is the first episode back from their 2-month-long hiatus. It aired in January 2005. So we're officially in 05 territory now.
Wow.
I know. Home stretch.
Home stretch.
So the Amazon Prime spoilie is Lucy delivers her baby in an elevator.
That's a bad spoilie.
Well, I mean, it's a spoilie.
Yeah.
The DVD description is, while the family is waiting at home to surprise Lucy with the baby shower, Lucy goes into labor in a stuck elevator. Kevin buys a house without telling anyone.
Oh, Kevin.
So much to talk about in this episode. Well, so much and also not so much.
So much, yeah.
But like fun things.
Yeah.
So we should mention, go ahead.
I said, Matt's back.
Matt's back.
Yep.
Apropos of nothing. Like,
yeah.
I guess it's very shortly after, well, I don't know. He's back. Whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I know, yeah, because I guess it's real time. It's 2 months later.
Yeah. For you and I, it's different.
Well, right, but I mean, in the show, like it is truly, it's been 2 months since the events of the last episode.
Exactly.
So yeah, he's back for some reason, and Lucy is still on bed rest and still griping about it to Kevin, and all she wants is to just go to the damn store and buy all the things she needs for this baby. Like they, you know. And Kevin's like, just make a list and I'll get it. Don't worry, whatever. They need a crib and a changing table and diapers and
blankets
clothes
and whatever.
All the stuff. She needs a nursing bra, like all this stuff. And he's like, write it down. I'll make it happen. And she's like, can I just go with you? Like, I promise I'll sit in a chair the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. And
push me along.
Yeah. So he's like, just, so he like goes, and then Matt comes in and he's like, hey sis, what's up, bro? Like whatever.
Hey sis, what's up, bro?
And she like tells him all the same things, and she's like complaining to him, and he's like, okay, well, I'll take you, but we can't let anyone know, and like we gotta like go now before anyone catches us or whatever.
Yeah.
So they like sneak out the house, and Matt's like, let's be quiet so that no one catches us before we leave.
Yeah, the best tip is whenever you hear him say, let's sneak out the front door, I'm like, what?
I know, they never leave through the front. So they get out of the house, and we see that the twins are spying on them.
Yep.
So, and I'm like, oh, damn it, the twins are going to snitch, right?
Yeah.
But then they come running into the kitchen where Annie, Kevin, and Ruthie are waiting, and they're like, they're gone. And they're like, yes, awesome, we pulled it off, whatever.
Yep.
So really sweet. So our 2-minute scene this episode is them setting up for a baby shower.
Yeah.
Because Lucy was like complaining about how they have to get all this stuff because no one thought to get anything for her or like to throw her a baby shower. And it's like, just because she's on bed rest doesn't mean she doesn't want to party or, you know, whatever. So they've bought all the stuff she needs. Dude. Everything's ready to go. And they're setting up the living room and everything for the shower that they're going to throw for her. And so they just need Matt to get her out of the house for a couple hours so they can do all that. And then they're going to come back. They're going to surprise her, and it's going to be awesome. So they go to the mall, or to this department store, I guess, that has everything, including a baby section, obviously.
Target.
Yeah. Although they call it the big department store.
Really?
That's what they kept calling it, is the big department store or something like that.
You could just call it Big Lots. I mean,
I don't know. Whatever. So they're there, and she's just like throwing a bunch of stuff in the shopping cart, and Matt's just like do. And then she asks the guy like where their baby stuff is or whatever, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's upstairs. I'll take you guys." Did you recognize him at all? Why would you?
Well, I recognize him from like here and there, like little things, but what has he done that's...
I know him as the guy who works at the charity in Friends that Phoebe and Mike keep like donating and then taking money away from for their wedding.
Yeah. No, that I remember. No, it's embarrassing. I know him from a Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen movie. Yep.
Which one? New York Minute?
No. So no, not that one. A Parisian one. I don't know. They were in Paris.
Oh, Passport to Paris.
There we go. See?
Why do I know all that? Harry, Kate, and Ashley. I've never even seen them. I just know the titles.
I admitted that I've seen it. So, yeah. I don't remember the title, but I remember the movie.
What's more embarrassing, that you've seen it and don't remember the title, or that you've never seen it and know the title?
They're both bad. They're both bad.
We're equally the worst.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he's like, okay, I'll take you guys up there. So they get in the elevator, and right away it's like Chekhov's elevator, because shit goes wrong. He's pressing the button. It's not working.
He's like, oh, this elevator.
It's new. We've been having some issues, whatever.
And it's like, thanks. Now she's going to get stuck. Yeah. And I already know.
I know. So basically they get up to the floor. They come out. They're doing their shopping. He's like helping them. He's he's like following them around basically as she's like making purchases or whatever.
Yep.
And insinuating all along the way that like Matt's the father. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh no, he's not my husband. And they're like, husband, boyfriend, whatever. We're just happy you're shopping here.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, like he's my brother. He's not the father. He's not my husband. Like I'm married, whatever. He's also married. We're not married to each other, like separately. His wife's in New York. Like they're just like spiraling, trying to explain to this random stranger their situation.
Yeah. And I'm like, it doesn't matter.
So meanwhile, and then because Matt's not wearing a ring, and neither is she because her fingers are swollen or whatever. Yeah. So she gets all hell bent on Matt buying a ring for himself, so that he could wear it, so that there wouldn't be confusion that he's her husband. I'm like, how does that help anything? Like people are still gonna think he's your husband, just that you're not wearing your ring. Like what? Like she's just hell bent on it. Like she won't let it go. They have to go ring shopping. He's trying rings on. They're not coming off his fingers. Like,
which was pretty funny.
It's a whole thing. Meanwhile, people are at the house at the shower, like waiting and waiting.
Where's Lucy?
Those women at the shower were so annoying to me.
Well,
I couldn't if we saw one more beat of them at the house, like talking and gossiping and waiting for Lucy, I might have blown my brains out.
Like they couldn't ask for Aunt Julie to stay longer?
Well, she had to run because of the baby.
Yeah, whatever.
Or the kids or whatever.
She needed more airtime.
I know. I love Julie. So anyway, so everyone's waiting for her. Matt obviously can't tell her, like, we gotta go, we got things to do. So he's like kind of going along with it, but now he's like stuck with this ring. He finally gets it off.
Yeah, just to seem so, he's like, it won't come off. Like, so cute.
I know. So he finally gets it off. So they get back in the elevator, and the elevator gets stuck.
Yeah.
Much to no one's surprise. Meanwhile, in other Camden news, or rather non-Camden news, I guess, Kevin and Ruthie have gone to pick up or to do one final gift for Lucy or whatever. Yep. And Ruthie's like, or Kevin, I think, says like, oh, Ruthie, like, you want to come? Like, you can help me or whatever.
Yeah.
So they go, and he's bought a house.
Yeah, dude.
And
a huge house.
It's a huge house, plenty of room.
It looks gorgeous. It's all like brick. It's brick homes are just beautiful.
Gorgy porgy. And so he's like, you know, showing it to Ruthie and whatever. And he's like, oh, do you think Lucy's going to like it?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring her over here after the shower and surprise her.
Are you serious? She's going to take one look at this house and have the baby on the lawn.
So do you think she'll like it?
Are you kidding?
No.
Lucy always thinks everyone knows everything before she does. She always thinks people are doing things behind her back and keeping secrets from her. She's going to kill you. As soon as the baby's out, she's going to go berserk and kill you.
Oh, come on. It's a beautiful house. And she wasn't able to shop for houses while she was on bed rest. And we have to move and move quickly. I say she'll love it. You say it. Say she'll love it. Please? Please say she'll love it.
Can you get out of it?
I don't want out of it. I had to outbid 3 other buyers to get it. This is better than any house anywhere in Glen Oak. This may be better than any house in the state of California. This may be better than any house in the United States.
She's still going to kill you.
She doesn't let him off easy.
I love Ruthie in this moment for just being like, yeah, I get it, dude, but like, you done goofed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get out of it, man. Take it back. Which is hilarious. Everybody keeps saying, take it back about this house. I'm like, you know how houses work, right?
Right, yeah.
You don't return them to the store. Like, take it back, really?
Yeah. But when he tells Annie about the house and you hear her going, oh no, Kevin, what did you do? But then when he starts breaking down what the house is like, it has a pool. It even has a garden, a rose garden, and like, blah, blah.
Oh, it has a pool.
Yeah. She's like, oh, it like she fell in love with the house. Okay, if I fell in love, Lucy's going to fall in love.
Well, what I love too is like when it all comes out, they're having this party that everyone's been waiting for 4 hours for Lucy to show up. And they're like, okay, let's sneak away and check out the house. And then we'll come back. No one will notice we're gone. So they leave a bunch of people in their house unattended. Like,
they go see the house. All is great. Whatever. If they can convince Annie, I think you can convince Lucy.
Well, Annie's not hard to convince. Although Annie is also really excited to have the baby in the house. Like, she is not in a rush for Lucy and Kevin
for them
to move
leave
out anytime soon.
I know.
Although Eric is kind of like, get the fuck out. They're gonna need to leave though, because they're gonna have to in the end. Whatever. So basically, everyone is dealing with this house drama, pretty much, / the gossiping of the women, like, at the house. Like, and it's little innocuous things at first. Like, there's like there's a couple of young girls that I guess are daughters of mothers who were there or whatever. And then there's these 2 like mom looking types, and then this one older woman. And they're kind of like, they're like, okay, where is she? Whatever. And then they start talking about like, well, we should like snoop around or whatever. Well, it's not our house. Well, it kind of is. It belongs to the church or whatever. That old woman is like, it's kind of our house.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay. So they snoop around, and then when they realize that like Lucy's stuck in an elevator, they're like, we should like really help organize this place. Like, cause they're like, well, I guess we should leave. They're not getting here anytime soon.
Yep.
And they're like, well, not before we clean up. We can't leave this mess for them. And then they take it upon themselves to like reorganize every bedroom situation. I was cracking up, but I also respected the show to be like, okay, let's figure out like
who's gonna move, right?
Because you know how we've always been interested in like the room situation at the house. Like, I respected that the show was like, okay, we'll tell you exactly the room situation.
Seriously. When you hear Eric saying Martin won the lottery because he got the apartment now, I was like, what?
Old ladies moved Martin into the garage. Okay, they put Lucy and Kevin in Simon's room, and they're gonna put the baby in the twins' room because of that sliding door or whatever. The twins are gonna take Mary and Lucy's old room. That was then Ruthie's room. That was then Matt's room. That was now Martin's room. They're going to be in that room. Ruthie, I guess, keeps her attic, like, no questions asked. Right. Whatever. And then Matt's like, did anyone think where I'm going to sleep?
Yeah. You get the couch, my friend. I'm like, all right.
It's so funny that these like women were just like, we know what to do. Handled.
But seriously, how did they move
I don't know. It's hard for me to like imagine all of that.
Because like 3 of them were orchestrating this, so clearly they got like all 30 women in that house.
Do you think there was 30 people in that house?
There
was like 10, maybe.
Okay, maybe 10, but you know what I mean? Like they're trying...
and like at least 2 of them were old ladies. Like not able-bodied.
They were probably like making themselves a cocktail and just like, okay, you move that one there.
Yeah. Like a conductor, like orchestrating the whole thing. So we should also talk about Martin. So he's obviously, making himself scarce. So he takes the boys to go play baseball and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they end up at the big department store because the gloves were too small for the boys' hands.
Yeah.
And so Martin's like, you guys need new gloves. And the poor twins are like, we don't want to play baseball.
Yeah,
like,
our hands are tired. It hurts.
Are tired. We don't care. And Martin's like, buck up, be a man, or whatever. And they're like, we're not men though. Like, leave us alone. Like, so they're like, we're hungry. Does this place have hot dogs or whatever? So they go get hot dogs. And then Mac shows up because everyone has to show up in this episode, obviously.
Oh, of course.
And Mac shows up and he like runs into Martin and the boys and they're like, what are you doing here? He's like, well, I came to get Lucy a gift. My mom says I should get her a gift even though I wasn't invited to the baby shower.
He's like, well, I do have dinner 3 nights a week.
Yeah. So it's like the least I can do. So then Martin's like, wait, we're supposed to get her gifts? Like, what about, like, I thought it was going to be after the baby comes. And Mac's like, I don't know how this shit works. And they're like, well, I guess if we do it now, we don't have to do it later. And Mac's like, you think that's right?
You think that's right? Is that how that shit works? So cute.
So they all four of them decide that they're going to look for something that Mac and Martin can buy for Lucy or whatever, some sort of baby gift or whatever. So they're like wandering around the store and there's this really cool, like, I don't know about cool, but like this is just like funny sort of interplay between the two of them.
Yeah.
It's very like domestic-y, kind of like funny or whatever.
What's the difference between infant and newborn?
You're asking the wrong guy. What age do babies wear shoes? I like the shoes.
I think they just wear socks to start with.
Why would they wear socks if they don't wear shoes?
Maybe you'll get a teddy bear. The baby will grow out of the clothes. You can keep a teddy bear for longer.
Can a baby play with a teddy bear?
Right, maybe it's too soon.
I think I'll go with a blanket. All babies need blankets, right?
You don't think she has a blanket already?
I have no idea. She probably already has everything.
We have to think outside the box. Excuse me, what do you recommend for a baby shower gift?
Our friend's having a girl.
Oh, I don't know. There's so many things to choose from. What do you think, Mother?
I want to get her something practical.
Does she have a breast pump?
I don't think you meant that practical. Mother, just...
Mother.
I love those random women. They're just like that little moment of comedy of like, Mom, geez, like, chill. Like,
but also when he said our friend is having a baby and it's her baby shower, and because of what Seventh Heaven is, I thought that these women were about to go on a lecture with these boys. Like, why is your friend pregnant? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't help but
easily could have gone down that road.
I couldn't help but think that, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm waiting for the comment. It'd been funny if that comment was thrown out there and then they walked away.
Well, and mind you, if this was like a modern sitcom, the joke would have been like, oh, are you guys having a baby girl?
Yeah,
you know?
that. Yeah, right.
But yeah, so that little moment is cute, whatever. Meanwhile, as Mike and Martin are sort of walking around the store and as we're encountering different areas of this big department store, like people are starting to talk about the girl that's stuck in the elevator and whatever. So they're in the elevator and Lucy goes into labor. Uh-huh. Again, shocking no one.
Of course.
So she's like flipping out. The elevator's not going anywhere. And of course, Matt's there with her.
Poor Matt.
Okay, so before we get down into talking about what happens from there, I want to talk about this. Twice now, in the span of 3 episodes, Lucy has been in a baby situation with Matt.
Yeah.
I.e. not Kevin.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, what do you think it says about the show's faith in her chemistry with Kevin?
I don't know.
That they'd rather have it be her and Matt in a scene together where she's going through the motions of baby trauma
than with Kevin.
I
know. It's true.
Like, think about that. Like, you know, and I was thinking about this as I was watching this episode and sort of taking notes and ruminating on it and stuff. I was like, you know, in other shows we love, whatever, like be it sitcom or drama or whatever, like when a love interest or, you know, a boyfriend or whatever, or a girlfriend for a male protagonist or whatever is introduced, the show like works to like make you love that person.
Yeah.
So that you believe in that couple and then that couple becomes as much the unit as that original protagonist was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That couple becomes that unit, and there's story there, and there's like, comedy to be found or plot points to be derived from the fact that there's a relationship happening, right?
Yeah.
That has not been the case with the introduction of Kevin to Lucy on the show. Like, they introduced him. There was one episode of their like courtship, hot and heaviness. Next thing you know, they're engaged. Next thing you know, they're married. Next thing you know, they're pregnant. They barely ever have any scenes together besides like him like giving her a pep talk or like, calling her crazy or like sort of reacting around her, like, and then here, in this moment where she's going into labor, it's their child, it's their moment, he's not even in it.
Oh, I know.
Like, it's so problematic of like, what are we doing? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love watching Lucy and Matt together. That's fun. But my point is, it's like, you should have made it fun for Kevin to have been there.
I know.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to hear about, well, there's a reason Kevin's not there. You wrote it this way, bitch. Like, don't tell me otherwise. Like, you made this be the story of how she has her kid. Like, I don't care. You could have done a million other storylines or whatever.
It's true.
And it's like, I don't know. It's like, it makes me sad, I guess, that the show has like no faith in this relationship, clearly, because in this one pivotal thing that like is like all of the tropes of television of like, a couple having a baby, like, it's not even the couple having the baby. It's a woman and her brother. Like,
it's weird because, God, the way that we watch Lucy and Kevin, when we see them talking to each other as a couple, and sometimes, like you said before, we see them as like roommates, or even when they're being nice to each other, whatever. It's when they argue is when I actually enjoy them. I enjoy watching them
because it's funny.
Yeah, but dude, it's just too clean and too nice of a relationship that it doesn't let you believe it. With Matt and her, there is an actual authenticity and a rawness that's really awesome that she doesn't have with.
It's like we talk about with Eric and Annie all the time, right? Yeah. Like, there's moments that we love between Eric and Annie where it's just the two of them. They're just a couple of adults. They're married. It's just, there's just them and their own adulthoodness and their married coupleness. We've never seen that with Lucy and Kevin. Like, why not?
I don't like the lines that they give them. They make them look too nice.
It's not just the lines,
it's like cookie cutter
it's
clean.
It's the scenarios. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why not have a sweet moment maybe at the end of an episode where it's just marital bliss? These guys are just in their domestic, like, they're in their apartment, they're cooking dinner, they're sitting down, they're chatting about their day. Like, why not give me something to color their world a little bit?
Yeah,
we never have that. It's either like heavy on a storyline, like there's like we need to get from A to B about something, or they're arguing with each other about something, or they're just not in a scene for a whole episode together. Like, I know. It's just bizarre a little bit. Like, why the show, or I don't even know about if it's why the show. We know why the show, because there's no chemistry between these two.
Yeah.
Like, and they didn't invest in that. They didn't build a relationship between these two characters. So now in this pivotal moment where she's giving birth to their child, he's not there in the scene. There's no comedy from that to be gleaned. There's no love to be gleaned because these two have no chemistry. So why deal with it? Put Matt there, because at least there's chemistry there and there's a fun something to watch.
Yeah. And with Matt, it was really funny when she squeezed his hand.
I know. And he's like,
breathe. Oh my God.
So this elevator gets stuck. They're in there. She's in labor. Somehow Charity from Friends guy understands that the elevator has been stuck. So he like somehow gets on top of the elevator.
Yeah.
The mechanics of all of this doesn't make much sense.
It makes sense. Stop it.
If it's an electrical issue, the last thing you want to do is be on top of the elevator, inside the fucking shaft, you dumbass. Like, anyway. So he like opens the thing. He's like talking to them. He's like, okay, we called the electrician. They're coming. And Matt's like, call a fucking ambulance too, motherfucker. Like, she's having a baby. And he's like, oh, okay. So then he goes. He can't get a signal, so he can't call the house or Kevin or whatever. So then the next time that guy shows up, he's like, call this number, try to get a hold of my people.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. So meanwhile, Lucy's just like trying to breathe, like having her contractions every so often and like, you know, tripping out, squeezing and almost breaking Matt's hand. And Matt's like coaching her through it, like in the sweetest way he possibly can or whatever. And meanwhile, everyone outside is like continuing their day, but like gossip is starting to unfold, you know? And finally, these EMTs or whatever show up. They jump in from the top.
Seriously.
Like,
and threw in a fucking mattress.
Don't even get me started.
And with like bedding.
There's a bedding. There's a mattress. There's a fucking teddy bear in the corner.
I was like, they're like, throw in there? Okay.
Ambiance. This elevator needs ambiance. We're having a baby. Like, Jesus Christ. It's so stupid.
There's
a fucking giant teddy bear in the corner of the elevator.
I totally have a note in here, and this is after she gives birth. I said, I absolutely love how much I hate this show.
Oh my God. But I will say this, the show does a really cool thing here. So after we've seen the fact that Lucy is now in a mattress with a teddy bear in the corner, and the EMTs are there administering to her, Kevin also shows up at this point.
Yeah, he does.
He's like to Matt, like, you gotta get out of here.
Yeah, seriously. What is he gonna do? He's not Spider-Man.
Well, and Matt's like, what are you talking about? Like, I should be doing this. I'm a doctor. And he's like, the fact that this is your sister is exactly why you shouldn't be doing this. I'm the husband. I should be I'm like, Kevin, now is not the time to start swinging your dick around. Yeah. Let the doctor do his business. Like, it's not weird. It's just a woman having a baby. Like, get over it, you know? Like, such a bizarre moment for him to get all macho about it. So, but immediately after all that happens, they cut away. Like, we cut outside the elevator back to the department store. We never cut back in.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Same.
I love that from that moment on, whatever's happening in the elevator is sort of delivered to us, the audience, from the eyes of the people outside who are excited and waiting and don't know what's happening and are just like on the edge of their seat about it. Because Annie and Eric are there, obviously. Mac and Martin and the twins were already there.
Everyone
Ruthie's
is talking.
There. Everyone's talking. Simon comes running in at the last minute.
Comes in.
It was so sweet. They're like, "What are you doing here?" It's like, Lucy's having her baby. I had to be here. So he comes running in. So basically everyone's there. Except Mary, let's not forget. Everyone's there outside this elevator. There's this huge crowd. There's like a gurney waiting for her outside. Yep. The electrician's out there like playing with some wires.
I think this one works. Is it the red or the green one?
And there's a manager out there who's like trying to like control the crowd, but like whatever, you know, everyone's just really excited. And so everyone's excited. And then finally the guy, the electrician's like, okay, like, I think we're ready to go. Like, I think they're ready to open the doors. And then the manager's like, okay, everyone, the mom is ready to come out now. Everyone make a path. We got to get a gurney in here.
Yeah. Like, nobody makes a path.
Like, okay. So finally the doors open. It's like this fucking like scene out of a movie, which it is.
Dude.
Like, the doors open and Lucy is standing there. Fully chill, like not sweaty, not tired, just like fully chilling, standing up with Matt and Kevin on either side of her, carrying this baby who's like clean and pristine. Okay, like no, and like the swaddled little baby. And she's like smiling ear to ear. Kevin's doing his weird demonic smile again. And Matt's like there, you know? And everyone's like, oh my God. And like, they like rush her and stuff. Well, not everyone, but the fam like rushes her and is like cheering and stuff. So then, so she had her baby, and then cut to now she's on the gurney because they're going to take her to the hospital.
Yeah, okay, she's on the gurney, but cover her skirt. Make it look real that this woman just gave birth.
She's just like sitting there with her shoes on and everything. Like as if and mind you, she has no belly anymore. She's like flat again. I'm like, could this show be any less realistic
I
right
know.
now? Like, it's not to mention there was a fucking teddy bear in the elevator because that was important. But like now we're just led to believe that she's like super chill and like not fatigued and not like a hot mess after just giving birth. Like, what? So she's on this gurney and they're like about to wheel her away, but not before they name her.
Yeah, of course.
So they name her Savannah because that's where she and Kevin honeymooned. And of course we have to like have that moment of like, well, everyone in my family is named after someone in the Bible, but we wanted to name her after somewhere that was really important to us and special to us and blah, blah, blah. So they named her Savannah, which I think is a really cute name.
Yep.
And that baby is cute.
No, that baby is cute.
So cute.
It's a cute baby.
She's also not a newborn. That baby is at least 6 months old. Like, don't get me started.
Very pretty baby.
Very, very cute. She's like chubby, big eyes. Like, so cute. Pretty much a Lucy baby. Like, I get it. I get it. But yeah, so she had her baby.
She had a baby.
Yeah, which is like a really fun way, I think, to like come back after a hiatus.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, let's not waste any more time. Let's have this baby. Let's do it, and then we'll spend the rest of the season like dealing with newborn stuff.
Exactly.
Hopefully, you know. So it's really cute.
And Lucy did find out about the house.
Oh, that's right. Because at the hospital in the evening later, when she gets there, obviously she's going to stay overnight at least. They're like there with the baby and stuff, and it's just the two of them. And he's like, I have something to tell you. And she's like, is it about the house? And he's like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, the EMT's wife was the realtor or whatever. I'm like, fucking Snow Globe Town. Okay. Don't even, I can't. So she's like, I know the house. I think it's going to be great. Like, let's do it. And he's like, okay, because like your mom doesn't seem to be in such a rush to get rid of us. And she's like, well, let's take our time then. We doesn't have to be right now. We can give it a couple months, you know? Which means great. That means like for the next, pretty much the rest of the season, probably like they're just gonna be in the Camden house with this baby. Like,
basically,
we're probably gonna have episodes of like sleepless nights, crying, keeping everyone awake, that kind of shit. Who knows? But so that's the story of this episode. But you guys, it's not the story of this episode.
Yeah, she had her baby. Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? Because finally, after 12 episodes or more, really, of waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, the greatest thing happens.
Ruthie stopped lying to herself.
Ruthie stopped lying to herself and stopped lying to us, dude.
Yeah.
Love you, Grandma.
Oh, I love you, Grandpa.
Love you, Uncle. Love you, Uncle.
I never realized what I was missing until this family.
Kind of makes you want to get married and have a bunch of kids, doesn't it?
Maybe I'll marry a girl with a bunch of brothers and sisters.
Who knows? Maybe someday you will. Maybe you will.
Boom.
I know. I totally have. I'm like, what a bomb, Ruthie.
I wrote, oh my God, holy shit, Ruthie.
Maybe you will.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she stopped lying to herself and us.
Not only that, but like the confidence with which, I mean, she says it to herself. She's not saying it out loud to anybody. Everybody walks away and then it's just
with
her.
like, no doubt.
No doubt in her mind.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess some doubt. She says maybe, but the idea that like now she's like in it to win it with Martin, I'm like, holy cow, Ruth. Like,
it's interesting. Let's see what happens.
So excited. It's gonna be so much drama.
I know. We're gonna deal with sleepless
wait.
nights and like Ruthie like confessing her love, or maybe not.
It's gonna be so dramatic. I know it. There's gonna be tears, and it's gonna be all like. I think it's gonna be like unrequited until it isn't.
Yeah,
you know, like it's gonna be one of those things.
I think it's gonna be like her showing her emotions, nothing from Martin, and then maybe one day from Martin.
When she least expects it.
Look at us writing the story that Brenda Hampton thought of.
I'm so excited. Finally, it's here.
You're like, what's gonna happen? Does it get romantic?
I'm jazzed beyond belief about this.
Let's see what happens with those two.
Yeah. Also, honorable mention to the twins. Shopping while Mac and Martin are shopping. They're just buying a bunch of toys for themselves.
Yeah. They're like, if she doesn't like it, we'll use it.
And mommy will let us because she doesn't want us to be jealous about the new baby. Sam or whatever, the little one's like,
yeah.
I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous either.
But I want this stuff. Love you, Uncle. Love you, Uncle.
Oh, so cute. I love that they're like not the babies anymore, and like, but like they're also babies still,
I know.
You know?
It's gonna trip me out when we see them at season 11.
Yeah,
a little grown up.
And yeah, because they are now the same age that Ruthie was when they were born.
That's true, right?
Or ish. Maybe she was like 6 or 7. They're only 5.
Yeah, but she had started out, right?
Well, no, because if she's 15, then she's 10 years older than him. I don't know. Than them, I should say.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. But she was a babe, you know, and then they came along. And now they're babes, and this little girl came along, so it's cute. It's like the cycle just keeps repeating itself with these Camdens.
It just keeps repeating itself.
Yeah, though. I mean, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah. Ruthie drops a bomb, Lucy drops a baby, so we're good.
Just things dropping everywhere in this episode. Left and right. No, it was I'm gonna rate it right now and give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. It was a fun episode.
I liked this episode a lot.
It was a fun episode.
I thought it was funny when it needed to be. It was sweet when it needed to be.
Yeah.
I'm kidding myself if I say I didn't cry when the baby came out of the elevator and they had that whole like naming moment. And I was just like, baby.
You're like, Savannah.
And then when Martin says like, I didn't know what I was missing until this family. Holy shit, Martin.
Yeah.
Way to come up with these amazing lines. Like, are you the new Peter? I guess.
Are you the new Peter? Fine, I'll give it to you.
I mean, of course not, because no one is.
Yeah.
But like he's close, like with lines like that. I didn't know what I was missing until this family. What?
So cute.
Kill me. So sweet. And then Simon, even to be like, kind of makes you want to get married. I'm like, even after what Georgia just pulled on you, you're like still okay with marriage? Like,
yeah.
Props to you, man. Like,
you still want this? So great.
All right. Yeah, no, it was sweet. I really loved Simon like rushing at the last minute.
He's like, well, she's having a baby.
And then Eric just being like staying up late that night and like explaining to Matt the new sleeping arrangements and like, you get to take the couch, okay?
Oh yeah, and he can't have a cigar because of his heart condition. He's like, fuck that, I'm gonna do it.
I know, that was so cool because they hug.
Yeah.
And Matt's like,
you smell like a cigar.
Don't even try to tell me you weren't waiting for me to talk you out of trying to have a cigar right now or whatever. And then he's like, fuck it. And he goes outside to have his cigar. It's really cute.
It is cute. I like it.
It is. It was a good one. Props. Mm-hmm. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, the show finally gets one. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it's gotten 2 from me now. Yeah, I mean, another shorty, but that's going to do it for this episode. I mean,
yeah, because there's
most of it takes place in that elevator and in the department store and at the house with the baby shower and stuff.
Yep.
Just that inane conversation between those girls and those women at the house.
That was the most annoying thing. Yeah.
It wasn't even that annoying. It was just like, why do we keep coming back here? Like, they're not saying anything. Like, I don't care about these people. Like, stop showing me them.
Oh, it is our house. Okay.
Actually, though, too, do you realize what just happened?
What?
Martin's in the garage, dude.
I know.
Oh my God.
They pushed him out.
Holy shit.
It's kind of like Lucy and Kevin when they first started
but I'm
out.
saying like Ruthie's gonna have all this privacy now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's gonna work out.
So excited. I can't even handle it. I'm like literally bouncing in my seat right now, you guys. I'm like, I can't wait. Yay. Okay. So as always, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. You can find us at the number For Heaven's Sake Pod on all the social media, or send us an email at forheavensakeshow@gmail.com. We want to hear from you guys. Did you love this episode as much as we did? Was this one of those big, like, today on a special Seventh Heaven, it's the moment we've all been waiting for? Like, I'd love to find like the promos for this episode.
I'm sure we can find it. That would be fun.
If anyone can like send those to us, we'd love that. Like, it would be so exciting.
It'd be the elevator closing.
How they promoted this episode. I'd trip. Anyway, so also, if you like what you hear and you want more of us in your ear holes, you can head on over to patreon.com/the number 4 Heaven's Sake Pod, where if you subscribe, you'll become an honorary heaven head and get access to bonus condoms. What? 2 bonus episodes a month of live commentary on movies that T has seen that I have not. There's a shit ton up there now. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a shit ton more because we're not stopping anytime soon.
Nope.
And until next time, bye.
Ciao.